So guys, today back from a video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United vs Wolverhampton Wanderers preview. It's a massive game. Wolves have hit some fantastic form recently, beating some of the best teams in the world, and Newcastle United drew to Rochdale. It's going to be an interesting game, like I said. Make sure to leave a like, lads, subscribe to the channel. In this video as well, you will hear from a Wolverhampton Wanderers view on the game as well, so it's not just me, it's with a Wolves fan as well, so that's great. Make sure to check their channel out, link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot. Anyways lads, first game back in the Premier League since our 3-0 defeat against Leicester, so we'll go through my preview like normal, and we'll just do the generic preview. Leave a like lads, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it now. So I'm literally just going to have like a minute say on Wolves, and then we'll hear from the Wolves fans. So starting off, we will look at their last 6 games. So they did get beat 2-1 to Tottenham from a last minute goal by Jan Vertonghen, and then they bounced back against Norwich 2-1 away from home, and then they beat Man City. I watched that game and Wolves looked fantastic in the second half. Adama Traore is a fantastic player. Then only getting beat 1-0 to Liverpool, which VAR was massively used. Realistically, Wolves' goal should have stood, but by a pixel it didn't. Wolves have been turned over by VAR. And then a dodgy New Year's game against Watford, who they got beat 2-1, and then they drew 0-0 to Manchester United 0-0. So they've had some tough games: Spurs, Man City, Liverpool, and Man United, so some very tough games. Obviously against Norwich won, but against Watford they did get the defeat. They just really couldn't get the ball in the back of the net, and that's not really Wolves. As I've said, Adama Traore, he's been linked with £80 million moves. Rafa Benitez wanted to bring him in for 15 million from Middlesbrough. Imagine if we had him, man, it would have been unreal. Him and Maximin, whew, the pace. Anyways, but as I'm talking about Maximin, players that will be back for Newcastle, which is great. Players we've got to watch out for: Jimenez, basically their whole team, I've got to say. Jimenez is fantastic, Jota, Adama Traore, Ruben Neves, Jean Martino are fantastic players. Doherty, Conor Cody, I do rate him as a centre-back, and for me he does deserve a England call-up. There is a couple of decent players for Wolves, definitely. They've bounced back, they're 7th in the league, they finished there last season. Can they do it again? Let's hear from the Wolves fan. So obviously now we're going to be talking about Newcastle United. Cheers for the Wolves fan for giving me his view on the game. So starting off with Newcastle United. Newcastle United post, I'm recording this on the Tuesday, and Newcastle United post on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot with a lot of players back. Maximin's back in fitness, in training, back to fitness, doing normal training. Jetro had his injury on New Year's Day against Leicester. He should be fine. Well, it looks to be fine. We'll obviously know more during the week. Cavill's back, which is great. Dummett, Clark. We've got some.
Hi Binks and everybody else at Newcastle. This is Scott WWFC from the Wolfpack. Just giving my quick thoughts on what I think is going to happen this Saturday at the Molineux between Wolves and Newcastle. So I think it's going to be one of those games where we dominate with a lot of possession again, and I reckon we'll probably nick it in the end with just the one goal. That's just partly down to the way we've been playing lately. We've had a lot of possession, a lot of chances, but we haven't been hammering teams. We've just been beating them by 1-0 or maybe 2-0 or 2-1. So it's one of them where with Newcastle, I think you guys will set up well, and we'll, like I say, we'll have a lot of possession, but we won't probably score till the last minute. So I reckon it's going to probably be a 1-0 to Wolves. With Newcastle themselves, because they're suffering with injuries, that's going to make them weaker as well. So that's why I'm saying that we'll probably have a lot of possession. If you guys were at your full fitness, I think it'd be a lot closer game, and I would have gone for a 1-1 draw. But yeah, I reckon this is going to go the way of a 1-0. It's one of them as well where all our main team is fit, except for the exception of Willy Bolly. So yeah, we probably will take advantage of you guys with your injury problems. But I don't reckon you guys are in a relegation battle of any sorts. I reckon you guys will stay up perfectly fine. I reckon you'll finish about 13th, 14th. And you're going to get those players back, which will come at the right time for you, I reckon. Big fan of Saint Maximin. I think I've got that name right. Incredible pace, incredible skill. If you guys keep if you guys keep hold of him, I reckon he's going to be a quality player for you in the seasons to come. I'm glad Miguel, I can't pronounce that name properly. I'm glad he got his goal because I've seen a lot of his stuff from when he was in USA, and I saw how good he was as a striker. So when you guys signed him, I thought that'd be a good signing for you, and he just unfortunately couldn't get a goal. But I know he's got 2 now, if I remember correctly, because he scored in the cup. So I'm hoping he kick-starts for you now and starts getting you guys back up there. But yeah, for the game on Saturday, I reckon it is going to be a dominant display by ourselves. But it's only going to be a 1-0. I reckon we'll just nick it at the end. Just a personal one to Binks. Been a big fan of your channel for a long time, buddy. I've just started doing this myself now, and I know you've been doing it for a lot longer. So I was happy to do this for you, and I'm grateful that you have done a little clip for me as well. I'm sorry it took so long to get to you, but I am a nervous wreck, so that's the only way I can put it down to. But yeah, all the best for the rest of the season, and come on you Wolves.
Good players, Matt Ritchie, Shelby already. This is looking good. Obviously our injuries have hit us, and obviously that's going to be Steve excuse for our results recently. But obviously us have we've had a funny season. Recently we've hit some really bad form, but before that we were beating so many good teams. Sheffield United, drawn to Man City, beating Palace with Almiron scoring. It looks like Almiron has hit his game now. 2 goals in 5 games. It's looking for Miguel Almiron is finally coming out of his shell, and we will see the best out of him hopefully. Obviously made his Premier League debut against Wolves last year at the Molineux. Can he get a goal? He should be fine for the game if he little knock against Rochdale. But obviously we've got Rochdale on the Tuesday and then Chelsea on the weekend. So do Newcastle strengthen their team for the weekend for the Wolves game to then keep some players like your Atsus, your Gales, your players like that, for Kraft, players like that for the Rochdale game, and then bounce back against Chelsea. Lads, let me know your thoughts going into the game. Obviously, I love to hear your thoughts rather than hearing just me. It's nice to hear the fans have their say as well. Football's about that. It's for the fans. If your lads want to talk about the game in the comment section down below, feel free to. But obviously, it's going to be a tough game. I'm recording this on Tuesday because I need to schedule videos and that. My prediction at the minute, you've got to look realistic. I'm going to say a 1-0 Wolves. It is tough to say that because we want to get the win obviously, but I won't be absolutely disappointed if we say get the defeat, but it's not, I'm not expecting anything. If we get something, great. If we don't, move on. Simple as. Lads, that's the end of the preview. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be, at the minute, I don't know. I really don't know. Season of videos, maybe it's tomorrow, Thursday, See you next one, lads. Enjoy the game. Up the mags.